Pat Micheletti, Hockey Immortality.
Congratulations. I'm sorry I didn't listen. I heard you were awesome. Awesome.
Okay.
I mean, is there any sport that you can't call?
Just in general?
Sure.
Because you've called the National Hockey League. You've called the National Basketball Association.
I called two wild games, but it doesn't mean I could call in the NHL full time.
You've dipped your toe in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. What's the point?
I'm just.
Thank you very much.
I'm praising you.
Well, thank you for the compliments. Very, very nice. Last night was different than the wild games.
Yeah.
The wild games were fun to do. I loved every second of it. I loved the.
I was there.
I loved the prep.
I was standing right behind you in that game.
For one game, you were.
Yeah. Well, you want me to come to?
Yep. No. The last night was.
You said, "Can you come?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm going to be there."
Okay.
You didn't say come to all three that I'm going to call.
Pat Micheletti at PatMick2626 via Twitter, which is working now.
I'm salty today.
Why?
Well, because
big hockey weekend, right? So do you want to begin with the saltiness, or you want to begin with the kids?
I'll go wherever you want to go.
Okay. All right, 3-2. Moorhead won the AA state title.
Mm-hmm.
What makes this squad so special? And good morning.
Well, it's been 21 times they tried to get the state tournament.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, and
need a Cully on the bench, right?
Yeah,
or has he been on the bench for a while?
No, I think this was his first year behind the bench.
He has a son and a nephew on the team, right?
He does.
Pretty sweet.
And former gopher Ryan Kraft, his son.
Oh, Mason is his son?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Mr. Hockey tied John Masic's record for most goals in a period.
Four.
Wow.
In that 7-6, all those goals were in the same period.
Was it in the, I can't remember.
I think it was.
This
he had 4 goals in the 7-6.
Yeah.
But with Mason Kraft, he's
going to Mankato.
Right. Is he truly the best high school hockey player in the state?
That's debate.
Interesting you say that.
It's always debatable.
Right.
Because there's a lot of good players and a lot of different qualities that guys have. So is he the best scorer? Probably.
Yeah, right.
Is he the best overall player? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I don't watch a lot of high school hockey during the season.
But you follow it closely.
Yeah, I follow it.
You're on Beyond the Pond.
Yeah.
So that's an ancillary piece that you probably would fall into the right answer if only with cursory knowledge.
Sure.
Kind of like me with these next 2 segments.
Okay,
3-2. Red River Valley go crazy. East Grand Forks beat St. Cloud Cathedral in single A. Now, the champs are separated by 85 miles along the North Dakota, Minnesota border. This doesn't happen often, does it? Northern schools coming to the cities and leaving with all the money.
No, and in the, I don't know if you want to call it funny or not funny, or during the season, and actually a month ago, they played in East Grand, and St. Cloud beat them 11-5.
Oh, geez.
11-5. And this was a 2-1 final. And so you just saw the improvement and how teams can improve. And you don't have a great record during the regular season, but you stick with it. That's a perfect example of you keep on playing and you keep on trying to get better. They did, and they won.
When Twitter was down for 13 minutes, 45 seconds this morning, how did you handle it?
Happy.
What do you mean? Free agencies team, man.
Oh, well, I know that. But anything away from Gopher hockey would be great. When
you play for the Mankato Mavericks, does your NIL come from to have on the Av? I always love that.
No, it comes from the
Johnny B's?
The Happy Chef.
The Happy, right, okay.
Yeah, right as you... On 169, right as you get into town?
I'm going to put you in a weird spot here. If the answer is no, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Any idea for this young man, Mason Kraft?
Yes.
Mankato Mavs commit. Any idea why Fankato and not your beloved Gophers? Rumor has it he's so good that they would have redone the mural to add his face had he just signed on the dotted line.
I will be 100% honest with you. I have no idea because... for me, it's none of my business with the coaching staff, who they're recruiting, what they're doing. It's just not stay in your own lane.
Yeah.
My job
Expertise.
is to assess them when they arrive and analyze them when they arrive.
Right.
And so I don't get into that. who they're recruiting, who they're not recruiting. It's quite frankly none of my business.
We are 14 minutes from the first pause of our 2 segments.
Okay.
Which means we are probably 6 minutes, 52 seconds away from the saltiness being unfurled.
I know.
Because I think I know where you're going. Moorhead coach John, is it Ammerman or Ammerman?
Ammerman.
John Ammerman said.
Very nice guy.
He said, quote, about the northern schools winning with East Grand Forks and Moorhead separated by 85-ish miles on the North Dakota-Minnesota border. He said, quote, it tells you hockey is alive and well in greater Minnesota, not just the metro, especially the west side. What do you think of that?
Well,
whoa.
Taking a shot at the Cons Chaska.
Well, you've got a lot of small schools.
Go Hawks.
Holy Family, girls and boys, both made the tournament.
It's great. It's great throughout the whole state. The youth hockey programs and the commitment to the community-based hockey is strong and never going away. And look no further than the state of Massachusetts, state of Michigan,
Rhode Island.
All of those places, they
Texas.
all have private, if you will, leagues.
Yeah.
And it gets away from everything that Minnesota does.
Like the Beauty League?
No.
Just kidding. I'm tired, man.
I know
I couldn't get to sleep at 3 a.m. I was buzzing after that game last night.
Because same here.
I could have had you spot up on an over-under on a South Korean baseball game like back in the pandemic.
Right.
We could have watched it together. That would have been great.
We could have. I think the youth hockey program in the state of Minnesota is very, very strong, and it gives opportunities throughout the state for these teams to improve. Some have less numbers, obviously, and that's why they're in the Class A or what have you. But they're all strong, and the commitment is through the roof.
Okay, the answer to this next question is going to be yes, but I have a follow-up. Is pond hockey still a thing?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you believe pond hockey is more prevalent in northern Minnesota as opposed to the metro?
Great question.
Because that means they're not only forging skill sets, well, they're forging friendships.
Yeah, that's a great question. I know the kids down here love to play outside, and everybody look no further than our friend Brandon Mileski, who gets his rink built for his kids in his backyard, and that goes throughout all the metro area, and so
the entire neighborhood.
So I think it's a staple in the state, and kids love it, and young kids, girls, older people. It's a staple.
Are you familiar with an Abby Murphy?
I am.
Brad Frost team?
Yes.
So Johnny the Mouse Mickelson, captain of the 83 Wayzata Club hockey team.
Yeah, he was salty this weekend too.
Somebody
Yeah.
And his hockey takes are formidable.
Yep.
He wore the C for the club hockey team at Wayzata.
Proudly.
Proudly.
I think so.
At that stage, honestly, they tried to set up exhibitions against Potvin, Trottier, and Bossy.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't even show up to play that Wayzata Club hockey team.
Why would they?
Exactly. But with Johnny the Mouse, absolutely forgot where I was going with this, but it involved high school. Oh yeah, that's right. No, he follows Frosty's team closely.
Yes.
So,
oh my!
I hadn't really heard of Abby Murphy that much, even though I'm a great Taylor Heisey mind.
Yeah, you are.
So he kind of set me up on it, and then I looked into it, watched some highlights, and she was on the radio show last week, and
I know you were trying to get her number.
She's super scrappy and good, by the way.
Yeah.
But with the comparison that John made, and I know the name, but you would know the game. Kenny the Rat Linsman.
My line mate.
What? Where? Here? No. Where?
In Italy.
Come on!
No, I kid
there were
you
two
not.
rats on the same line?
Yes.
Because your nickname was the Rat.
They
should call you the Mouse, with all due respect, if he's the Rat.
He was
a bunch of cats
very
chasing you.
nasty.
Yeah.
Even over there, I'm like,
but he was skilled, right?
Yeah, he had skill.
Okay.
But I'm like, what are you doing?
Was he Foligno before Foligno?
Oh, well, no, he did. He was never a fighter.
Oh.
He was known as a very dirty player.
Oh, geez.
And I saw it firsthand.
Really?
Yeah. But we were line mates for.
If you're an American and you get dirty over there in the Italian league, you might come home with 8 fingers.
I think, and guys had to tell him, hey, it's the Italian league. It's not the National Hockey League, right?
Yeah.
And
you might have to find one of those secret doors at the bottom of the Vatican to get paid.
Half the teams are owned by somebody in the olive oil business.
Exactly.
That should have told people right away.
Either that or the sanitation business, and they're based in New Jersey.
My first owner over there. My first owner over there
Did you get paid?
Was eventually,
were your paychecks on time, or did they have to find a secret key to the bottom of the Vatican to get some money?
Sometimes I got paid cash in a paper bag.
What?
Sometimes I got paid cash in a paper bag.
Lucky.
But our owner, who was a crook, he was a crook. And his name was Dukraki, and he ended up in jail. He fled the country and came back.
Wait.
Yeah, we had a new owner the next year.
I've known you 20 some odd years, and I never knew you played for a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, and he swindled his own company.
Yeah, that's what's his name? Ducrooked or what?
Dukraki.
Yeah, Dukraki.
And his father ran the finances of our team.
Wow.
And he was like 80 years old.
Well, who did he replace? Denny Hecker or Tom Petters?
No.
I always loved that one.
It was.
That's rampant in European in certain sports overseas.
It is.
Wow. Yeah. So you did get paid, though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
For sure. And we.
How's the exchange rate?
We also had a Syria A basketball team.
Syria?
Yeah, that's a SERIA.
Oh, not SYRIA.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you remember the kid from Duke, Danny Ferry. He played for Rome. But we had Frank Williams, who was a guard, played for the Phoenix Suns for a long time. So, we all got cars, right?
Look at you spitting names right now.
Yeah. So we all had cars, right? And that was part of the deal.
Danny Ferry had a plane?
No. Frank Williams was driving around in a freaking Lamborghini, right? Whatever that they give him from the basketball side. They had a little bit more money.
Yeah.
And, we had our little Ford Fiestas.
They didn't have Fiat. You had a Pinto.
Yeah, whatever it was. Yeah, I can't remember.
So you were on the same line as the Rat.
Yeah.
And wasn't your nickname in Hibbing the Rat?
It was not Hibbing at the U. Yeah.
Wow.
Our good friend Patrick Ricey.
Well, a couple of rats on the same line.
Yeah.
So Linsman, like Abby Murphy, scores 1 million goals, shoots the puck more than everybody on the team combined, but comes through. But Taylor Heisey of the beloved Frost, when I was getting some intel on Abby,
don't mess with her.
First thing she said was like, well, yeah, she's queen of the penalty box. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, great. I mean, does that mean you don't like her? Is this interview going to go the wrong way?
Catch my record.
No, she was giving her praise, actually, for the way she plays.
Yeah, that's good.
So, but is that who Rat Linsman was?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But he was, he would try to hurt you. No, he would try to hurt you. Yeah.
Oh, he's like McDavid.
He was a stick man.
Oh, he's like Connor McDavid. McDavid with these sticks to the face and everything.
Please.
Really?
That's
it's all fun and games till somebody gets an eye poked out.
That's a little peck on the cheek.
It's all fun and games.
What McDavid does is a peck on the cheek compared to what Linsman did as a player.
Like what did he do? Try to break bones?
Slew foot, sticks, it was...
Is that why Abby was hesitant to get excited about the comparison?
Yeah. Well, she didn't know who the player was. Now I wish I hadn't done the comparison.
In fairness, she did not know, so she was just kind of and maybe she was just thinking like, the Rat. Like, I don't want to be like, I don't want my nickname to be the Rat. And you meant it innocently because you didn't know the background.
I didn't mean it. Mouse meant it. Gave it to me.
Yeah.
So it's 2025. I mean, so Abby Murphy's going to have...
I don't like the comparison because...
Well, you don't even know who she is.
Yeah, I do.
You do not. You've never watched her. I've watched her more than you.
Maybe I don't know how many times you've watched her.
Yeah, probably a period and a half.
Okay, I've watched probably a period.
Okay, go ahead.
So you got me.
Yeah. No, you're on the mural.
That being said, though, the difference being she's not a dirty player. She may get a lot of penalties, but there's a difference between getting a lot of penalties and being dirty and trying to literally injure someone and end their career.
You're right. Okay, you're right as we land the plane.
Thank you.
But as the plane was ascending and settling into flight with the comparison that now I'm hoping she heard me say, You know, you got a big fan out there, Johnny the Mouse Mickelson, captain of the
Who
83
thinks you're a
White
dirty player?
Why? Right. And here's the comparison: Kenny the Rat Linsman. So then she goes and reads up on him and watches stuff with him trying to decapitate people, and it makes me look like an idiot.
And rightly so.
Not rightly so, because I read up on him too, and I didn't hear about the slew footer trying to put sticks in orifices.
Well, now you know.
Okay. Is that how you earned extra liras over there in Italy?
Did they smoke in the arena?
Oh, God. Are you kidding?
Oh, really? A lot?
Oh, we had guys on our team smoking in between periods. Are you kidding?
Where have these stories been, the Tockett?
Oh, I got some for you.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
You spoke to your alma mater, Hibbing High School.
Yes.
Was that before a game?
It was the day after their win.
Oh, sweet.
Which led to the loss the next night. But
I always love that one. How'd the Gophers do this weekend?
Yeah, and that was an L, too.
You were right next to that one, too?
Oh, boy.
I always love that one. Lynch and I on the call last night.
Yep.
Timberwolves season high 141. Hey!
Yeah. Just dagger me. Linsman me.
I just want to hear more stories about...
Can I start calling you the Rat? I'm going on... What are you doing today? I'm going on the radio with the Rat.
Well, why not?
Who's the Rat?
I mean, I still have PTSD from the mid-'80s when I was in high school, and because of my eyebrows, they called me Paul Alien. I always love that. You can go ahead and amplify it. Miles Spires back in Oxon Hill, Maryland, stealing my electric football man.
It is Monday. We are tired.
Right. No, I'm good.
But that's all right. I'm good.
So, what was the speech like with Hibbing? I mean, did you leave them all wide-eyed?
Well, I don't know if I did or not, but they're young kids, and I just wanted to let them know how important it was. They've I don't know how many 9th graders, 10th graders on their team, and
so you taught them the route to like Edina, Eden Prairie, Chaska, Chanhassen.
I just told them how important it is. To get rid of the outside noise, understand that you have now in the next 3 years, and I was upfront with them saying, I don't know if it's going to happen this year, and it obviously didn't,
right.
But you have the chance to put Hibbing back on the map in hockey and create a dynasty that Hermantown did for the last 15, 20 years, and to understand the importance of it. And, that was about it.
Okay.
It was not my place to tell them how to win or how to not win or whatever, but I just wanted to let them know what it was like when we made it back then and how important it was and how important it was to the town. And all that stuff.
I mean, with all due respect, when you made it, Gump Worsley was between the pipes and the goalies didn't wear masks. I always love that. Did you share that part? Is it Worsley or Worley?
Do I even have to go?
Love you.
Yeah, love you too.
Gump?
Can we?
The Gumper.
The Gump is on fire. Can we move news due north to that weird post Chavis thing?
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, I have 2.5 pages here for the Tockett, and we're still messing around with getting paid in liras and finding money buried in the Vatican.
X is down again, and Grady Jarrett got released from the Falcons, and the legal tampering period opens up in 34 minutes. Where the hell's Byron Murphy Jr. going? So hopefully X is back up. No, man, NFL final hour will be flying.
Pat Micheletti at Pat Mick 2626, chopping it up 9 to noon. It's 10:27. Good morning.
Fan.
I know we're about to jump into the college team, into the pro team, playing over the weekend. Not as exhilarating and successful as the high school squads. But I did want to shout out Zach Halverson calling the action, the culmination, the finale of Moorhead-Stillwater.
5 seconds left. Right corner, chance in front. Shot, save, rebound, cleared out. And 0-8 is worth the wait. The Moorhead Spuds are your state champions.
Big thanks to Halvey, Kevin Fallness, Danny Ryan, everybody involved with, once again, putting on a terrific presentation of the State High School Hockey Tournament, Tourney 25 in the books. And you heard it right here on The Fan.
Pat Micheletti. About 26 minutes and 50 seconds in front of the oxymoron, which is legal tampering in the National Football League. That's when some free agent deals can be consummated, I believe, and then with the league year, they become official. And we are 26 minutes from mark on that. And 9 to noon, we'll cover it like the proverbial blanket for you beginning at 11 a.m. I believe that's the time Corey Chavis, former Viking safety, who's an elite football mind, will join the program. And tonight, 6:30 to 8, Nordo and Sauce.
Ooh.
They not only will monitor and continue to follow what's transpiring, but they'll give you some nice recaps of things that have transpired today and over the weekend, because it has been bountiful, and we will dive into that full throttle about 25 minutes from now. But Pat Micheletti at Pat Mick 2626. Big hockey weekend and big hockey week overall, and this is the state of hockey, and hockey always resonates 9 to noon. All right, 3-2. If you were playing in the tourney, the high school hockey tournament,
yes,
would you dye your hair blonde for the on-camera skate-up?
Can you see me a blonde? I don't know if I
you
would
had
or
a
not.
thick,
But
curly head of hair back in the day. I've seen that, fro.
Was it moppy?
It was.
Yes.
It didn't grow long. It was like a chia pet.
It grew out.
It grew up.
That's mine grows up and out.
Yeah, we kind of have.
Yeah, it does not grow down.
Humidity was tough for you?
Oh my God.
Holy cow, with
understatement.
humidity and wavy thick hair.
Yeah, and they some of them this year, and they're I mean, it's the fans love it and everybody loves it. So,
but was it
great.
new this year?
No,
so many
why?
teams opting to be like, nah, man, I'm at a private school. I'm at St. Thomas Academy. We ain't trying to dye our hair.
The kid from my hometown, Hibbing,
What?
comes out with a Slim Jim,
Really?
opens it up, and
Oh, wow. My
Right
man's already sniffing out NIL. I got respect for him. Seriously, did you see this?
yeah,
The hustle is real.
unbelievable.
The hustle has to be real.
Yeah.
Is Eden Prairie a factor anymore in the AA boys game?
Well, of course they are.
Okay.
You know, they have big
Well,
numbers.
explain it to me.
Well, I would
Well,
just,
big numbers, great.
I would just, when you have numbers, you have probably, you have a lot to choose from. And, and a nice program and a nice community program.
Yeah, the biggest numbers they have are property taxes.
There are years that teams are going to be, a group of kids is going to be better than the other group of kids.
Well, if you think the Middlestadt family is going to procreate and give you another 3, that ain't happening.
That's not happening. And so
they did their best, though.
It's
they really did.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, boy, I guess so. So I think it's cyclical.
Okay.
I mean, it really is. I mean, I'm going to go back to my hometown of Hibbing. Hadn't been to the tournament in 14 years, and the program was down, the numbers were down, and
Well, the Michelettis stopped procreating.
Yes, very true. Very true.
Patrick, Joe, Dom.
There were 5 or 6 of them, right?
I thought your dad's name was Dominic.
No, Americo.
Oh, Americo. Pacho Bella cara mia.
Yeah, 9 of us.
Vini,
9 of us.
vici.
9.
Yeah.
Don had 9 kids?
No, Americo did.
Americo. Well, who's Don? Oh, he's the one that gave you the
my
kidney.
brother. No,
Joe gave you the kidney.
No, Jerry did.
Oh, Jerry.
Yeah, he was Air Force Academy.
Yeah, he doesn't, the prices are a little high, but he does a really good job at that supermarket and hardware store.
Yeah, it was
attached to each other. That's where you get your money.
Furniture store, by the way. But
Norda was wondering, with as little as you work, how you have so much money.
Yeah. I have furniture, not money.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Plenty of places to sit when you come over.
Yeah. Furniture markups light. Yeah, well done.
And carpeting.
You invest in gold, I invest in Davenports.
All right, 3-2.
Okay.
Is the fan-related vitriol and cheering against Edina a bit, or is there legit animosity with the old Hornets?
I think there's probably animosity. Why? I don't know. They might think they're elite or this, that, and the other thing. I've never ever had a problem.
Is there a chance Edina maybe did that at one point, but no longer thinks we're elite or no longer is braggadocious, but this is a habit state and hard-headed fools just can't get past it?
Edina, right?
Yeah.
Edina.
Right.
And so whenever someone is at the top, and they've been great for years and years and years and years and years.
Right.
And so you're always jealous. of a program of that stature.
Okay.
And so they're going to get, what they get.
Do they have advantages other schools don't?
No.
Edina.
I don't think so.
Well, with the exception of an annual household income being above $42,000.
Well, Wayzata ain't exactly. I mean, there's a lot of
Wayzata.
It wasn't a great joke. It wasn't a great joke.
No, it wasn't because I didn't get it.
I know, it was stupid.
All right.
But I mean, the cheerleaders, I felt they went a little too far when everybody was rooting against Edina.
Yeah.
And they're like, we got money. Yes, we do. We got money. How about you?
Yeah. Well, it's
and they're like, we got none.
Here, throw it right back at you.
Right.
When you get something, you throw it right back. So.
Okay. What? Lastly, because you're Hibbing born and raised.
Yes.
What does it mean to Northern schools and fans when they trek hours south and beat blue bloods like Edina?
Well, it's
everything?
huge because first of all, we never get out of the north, right? And to come down to the big city is something.
Is that still
going
big?
to Duluth for me as a kid was like,
That's
my
great.
God! It's just
Look, it's a hill.
It's a city.
Wow,
there's a big lake.
It's a hill.
Yeah,
weird.
That's a 2-story building right there.
Wow, this rink has 2 decks.
Right.
Damn.
Never walked up so many stairs in my life.
But it's funny because all of the Metro teams back in the day, and they probably still do it. They loved coming up north to play us. Yeah, we had Edina and Bloomington.
Why would they love that?
To get out of the city.
Yeah, but
come up north.
You have to recognize the officials have limited opportunities up north.
There are historic buildings up on the Iron Range.
I thought that was a better one.
Yeah.
The officials have limited opportunities up north. Geez, I wonder who won those games. I mean, I'm not kidding you. When I was at Pasadena City College and
what?
Pasadena City College and
did you play basketball there?
After the until every Pasadena high school player rolled in there.
Yeah, didn't you play?
My 2 minutes a game went to 30 seconds.
Yeah, who did you play? Who was your teamate?
In high school, I played with Tracy Murray, who ended up becoming the all-time leading scorer in the Pac-10 and won a ring with he was great until he played for the Washington Bullets, and Rod Strickland on the road found his hotel room and like, hey, yo, what's up, Rod? Rod punched him right in the face, almost broke his nose. It was over a woman.
Were you the guy that had to shadow Tracy?
No, I got
let's put Paul
got cut because of Tracy Murray. Okay, I mean, I got
out of the New York point guards, and you know where I'm going, right?
Yeah.
Was he the best?
Who, Tracy?
No.
Oh, who?
The New York, all those point guards that came up.
Strickland,
Pearl Washington, Strickland.
Lloyd Sweet Pea Daniels, who was a Rucker Park star.
Yeah.
Kenny Anderson.
No.
Kenny in high schoolish and like Georgia Tech. Kenny was the bomb. Was Mark Jackson from there too?
Yes.
Might have been.
Yeah.
Mark Jackson's one of the best.
And there was a great documentary. You should find it. I don't know the name of it.
Specifically on New York?
On all of the point guards that came out of there.
Well, that's pretty good.
Starting with Pearl Washington.
I'd rather find the documentary when I was out of Pasadena City College or at Pasadena City College wondering what my career path was going to be.
Yeah.
And I did an internship for Las Vegas Sports Consultants and a man named Roxy Roxborough. And they set the point spread. So I was in Las Vegas for 2.5 months one summer. And my very first dinner that I had with them, man, I'm like 22 years old or something.
Right.
They brought me to an Italian restaurant called Piero's. And when you walk into Piero's, it was unbelievable. And you know what was unbelievable? Is I looked over at a table, there's Jerry Tarkanian, Alonzo Mourning, and Larry Johnson.
Wow.
The table had a phone on it. Who has a phone on their dinner table?
Did Alonzo almost go to Las Vegas?
Obviously,
he was recruiting him.
No, I think their NBA careers were underway.
You weren't 22 then, sorry.
What are you talking about?
You were like... there's no chance.
What do you mean?
Because Mourning's not that much older. Sorry.
In 1990 is Zoe wouldn't have been in the. Okay, maybe they were still.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe Larry. Maybe it was under the table. Joining Chris Thomason was Richard the Fixer Perry. I didn't look under the table.
Did Larry Johnson win the national title, or did they lose the national title?
What do I look like?
They lost to Arkansas, didn't they?
What do I look like? The leader of the Christian Leitner fan club? I have no idea.
Well, I thought you would know this.
I have more hockey questions for you. Let's pause and we'll be right back.
9 to noon.
Here we go, Paul!
And he's P.A. And he's Mick Talkett.
Time for two more.
Oh, my. Wasn't that good? Sorry, KFAN.
Wasn't that neat? Wasn't that neat? All right, let's fly. Okay, talking.
Yeah.
Let's say 8-9 minutes.
I'll try not to get you on another
tangent. I'm the most tangential person you'll meet.
Or try to get you to just take a left instead of just staying straight.
That's fine.
Let's focus.
Yeah.
Pat.
I mean, when you're on a one-way street and you're speeding
but you
and you're missing a sign you should be reading, those are the things you learn to believe in. And I believe in love.
Yes.
So we continue. 3-2. Copyright Kenny Loggins. Big Ten hockey tournament is underway in the 7th seed Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish bounced Ski-U-Mah and advances to the Final Four to play top-seeded Michigan State. Ohio State and Penn State meet on the other side of the bracket. What in the heck happened there?
Well, let's go back. Minnesota ties for the conference championship. Great.
Yeah.
And Bob does not like to have a week off. He'd rather keep playing, keep the rhythm, all that. Great.
Yeah.
Just take care of business on the weekend that you're playing.
Right.
So you don't have 3 weeks off now, which they do.
Yeah.
All the credit to Notre Dame. They played a hard. Their goaltender was great. They played a hard series, and they earned the victory last night and to win the series. Minnesota did not play poorly. But it's playoff hockey, and that is when you really have to dig in, and nothing is going to be easy. There's no easy ice. There's no easy goals.
Yeah.
There's no pretty plays.
Even against a 7?
Against the 7 that's big and strong, and their goaltender was great. And you know what? The Big Ten's a good conference, and they struggled during the year, but man, they did what they had to do, and they frustrated Minnesota. And, I've been around this Minnesota team all year, obviously. And so...
I saw you on TV Friday night.
Yeah, and so, I know how good they can be, but I also know how young they are, and that there's an ability to get frustrated, and so they're going to have some time to think about it before the regionals.
Is losing in the first round of the Big Ten tournament, does it jack with NCAA tournament seeding? Like the Gophers were 3 in the country into the weekend. Did we blow a top seed up in here?
I don't think so, and obviously not 100% sure. We'll see in the next couple weeks. But they are number 3 in the pairwise, may have dropped to 4. But the problem is for the teams that are behind them is that they don't play anybody that are ahead of them. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So if you don't beat teams that are ahead of you, you really don't jump up that much in the pairwise. So the worst I think Minnesota can do is drop to a 5 or 6, which is a number 2 seed. But I think they're still going to be okay as a number 1. We'll have to wait and see how that all shakes out.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's hockey bit.
Yep.
Okay. It's puck luck. That's hockey. I think Sam Rinzel said basically that after one of the losses
Friday night.
Yeah, bleep happens and we're going to be okay. We'll move on. So I don't want to over dramatize this like it's a weekly National Football League talker on Root Chat.
Right.
Notre Dame, but this can't be denied. Notre Dame is or was 38th in the pairwise.
Yes.
Not 18th, 38th.
38th.
Behind St. Thomas and Augustana.
Correct.
Do the maroon and gold hardcores like Johnny the Mouse Mickelson think this series loss to the Irish potentially has some disaster to it?
Sure they do. Everyone, what is a typical Minnesota sports fan? Right now, with Kaprizov and Eriksson Ek out, the Wild are toast. They can't do anything.
Vikes never win a Super Bowl.
Vikes never win a Super Bowl.
Doom scroll.
Yeah, and so that's how we think here in the state of Minnesota.
Right. Hold on. We're 5 minutes in front of the legal tampering, the oxymoron in the NFL.
And we can't find out.
And Twitter's not working.
I know.
I mean, seriously, nice job, Elon.
I mean, we're taking an L here as fans and rubes that want to pump this stuff up. Can you imagine?
Yeah, and I wanted to be here for that first talker.
How puckered Schefter and Rap Sheet and Pelissero and all those guys are. They are sitting on mountains of intel that they want to throw out.
They must be going nuts,
and they can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's jokingly. I mean, Elon Musk owns Twitter. Mm-hmm. I mean. How about we stop trying to get a rocket ship to Mars and we start fixing Twitter so we can figure out where Grady Jarrett's going? That matters more.
I agree.
I agree, too.
Well, thank you. We're in unison.
At this particular point in time.
It does.
Yeah.
Grady Jarrett's potential status means more to me than finding Mars.
Come on, man. Seriously.
Call Florio,
treat people better, okay?
Get Florio on the horn.
We just treat people better. I'm talking about those looking to doom scroll about Twitter. I mean, about NFL free agency. Have a heart.
That's all we want.
Seriously, have a heart, man. Wear a suit in the Oval Office for once. Good Lord. Okay, 3-2. Meanwhile, the sneaky Denver Pioneers are sitting there at 9th.
Yes.
Just poised to... We've seen this trick before, man.
Oh, they're little...
They're going to win the national championship.
As their assistant coach who texts me all the time, little old Denver, we're just sitting here.
Yeah.
And then they
with
win
Zeke Boyum.
Yeah, and then they win national championships.
They're going to win it again this year. It's the same story almost every year.
If their goalie gets hot, they will have a chance.
They're around 7, 8, 9, 10. People forget about them in the Mile Get High City. They're more worried about the situation on Colfax and the fact that they can't doom scroll on Twitter right now.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, Gwozdecki, the flying alphabet, has them ready to go.
Not Gwozdecki, but nice try.
Win the national. Okay, let's see. Think about. All right.
Well, X is working for some people.
It is.
And it might be working for Jonathan Allen, who's visiting a certain team locally today. Per Mr. Schefter and Mr. Pelissero. Jonathan Allen, you say?
Yep. Blake, 800-320-5326. There will be no hold. Mr. Barrett.
You know how hard I've fought to not be a rube? It just blatantly text him. I want to so badly, but I'm not going to.
Why not? That's how the game's played.
He's in the midst. He's in the belly of the beast. I'm not just going to hit him. Hey, what's up, Blake? It's Nordo.
Give me his number. I'll text him.
Looking forward to seeing you again soon, brother.
Yeah. He and I flew to
Jonathan
Wisconsin.
Allen, what's
and Blake Cashman.
What's his schedule like?
The pros quickly. The Christmas colors lost at home to the Penguins yesterday, and scoring goals officially has become a problem.
It's difficult.
Down some key components, obviously. We are averaging a goal and a half per game.
Not good enough.
4 March games. How do you feel about them guys?
They're going to have to find another way to win, and I'm optimistic that they will be able to. Now, they're going to, they're obviously relying on Zuccarello, Boldy. Rossi's been cold as of late, but yes, they're going to need some offense from other guys. Whether it's in them or not, we're going to have to wait and see. But they're going, the big key for them, and they gave up 3 yesterday. That number is fine if they're giving up 2 or 3 a night. Then if they lose that, then shame on them. But they're dealt with what you play with what you're dealt with, and you figure out a new way or try to find a way. They're still in good shape. I wouldn't panic about them not making the playoffs, but there are challenges. There's no question about it. They have 6 game. Well, start of yesterday, 7-game homestand, lost the first one.
7. I thought it was 10 of. Oh yeah, 10 of their next 11
Are-
beginning yesterday
Yeah.
are at home.
Correct.
Who the hell sets that schedule up?
And I know, pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
But and I'd almost have them. Sometimes I look at their record. They play better on the road.
Yeah, I know.
So, but they're going to have to take care of business at home. They go 500. They're going to be fine.
Okay, before you depart. With the great Corey Chavis joining us around the corner with some NFL free agency minutia. Just got to get this one out here. Where is it? Oh, yeah. How about your Avs? Okay, now the Wild hook the Avs, I believe, tomorrow.
Yep.
Your Avs lose Mikko Rantanen and a few others and add Charlie Coyle, Jack Drury, Eric Johnson, Ryan Lindgren, and Brock Nelson, plus 2 others I never heard of.
Well, the one that you haven't heard of is the best out of all of them.
Really?
Martin Necas.
Yeah. Nicas?
Necas. Necas.
Yeah.
Unbelievable player.
Wow.
Yeah.
For whom? Who did he play for?
Carolina. He was involved in the Rantanen trade.
Oh, with the 3-way Dallas
and
bid.
He is a stud.
That's great to know.
Yeah. But they are strong up the middle now with Coyle, Nelson, and McKinnon.
Well, they've gone all in.
They have.
They're going to have some contract problems here up in a minute.
100% they are, but
Right.
right now they don't care because it's playing for today. Mm-hmm. And when you have guys, I mean, McKinnon's not getting any younger. He's been in the league 10 years now.
Yeah.
Won a cup. McCarr's been around now for a while. They're not going to be able to keep all these guys forever.
Do you like Faber more than McCarr?
Different players.
If you factor the age in?
Completely different players.
What, McCarr's more offensively minded?
Yeah. I mean, he's the most...
Faber pinches a lot.
Well, I think he's trying to do a little bit more,
Okay.
because they need him now. I mean,
that's true. Great point.
They need more offense from somewhere, and he's trying to do that.
You, my friend, are elite. And I'd love to see you next Monday if you have time.
That would be wonderful. Great to see you. And,
You too. We have a golf draft this Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Is it the Masters?
If you snipe the guy that I have in mind, I'm not coming on next week.
Okay. Well, Scotty Scheffler's going to go first.
Well, you can have him.
Okay. I didn't know who your guy was.
A new
Cool,
guy.
man.
A new guy.
You keep drafting
I will talk
Tom
to you.
Watson and or Gary Player.
I might.
And you'll be fine.
Yeah, you keep drafting Fred Couples.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week.
Great to see you.
Let's spend the final hour focusing on the necessary evil, I guess is what some would call it in the business, the oxymoron known as legal tampering in the National Football League and free agency. For it's unfurled. The gates are open. It's noon Eastern, 11 o'clock Central, so there probably will be some news that will be splashy throughout the course of the day, up to Nordo and Sauce doing a special radio show at 6:30 to 8 on everything free agency related and the Minnesota Vikings. It's Paul Allen by your side on a Monday. Don't leave.